Hello everyone! I've been meaning to make this video for some time now, but there was always something that came in between. I simply wanted to tell you all, thank you. Thank you for subscribing, thank you for leaving comments and messages, thank you for rating my videos, thank you for enjoying the videos as much as I enjoy to make them. I unfortunately don't have the time to respond to all your comments, which is a mind-blowing great thing, but I do want to let you know that I've read your message and it means more to me than I could ever make clear. On some days, receiving a positive message when someone just told me to go hang myself because they didn't like my video is the one thing that makes me keep going, so once again, thank you. Now with that touchy-feeling moment out of the way, I was trying to think of a way of showing my gratitude, and I thought of doing perhaps a little giveaway or make a machinima or something like that. This might still come in the future, but for now I want to respond to a couple of questions you guys asked. Who knows, we might make this a weekly or monthly Q&A thing, but then again I would need more questions and a better title for this video, so if you have any suggestions or questions, leave a comment. Okay, the first question. Where are you from? This one I get on a daily basis, and I've read comments saying that I had a Spanish accent, or Russian, or Swedish, Arabic, Scandinavian, Belgian, British, all kinds of accents. I'm from the Netherlands, also known as Holland, which makes me Dutch. The beautiful land probably best known for its weed and the red light district, but we also have cheese, windmills, tulips, we know how to deal with water, and we have of course Heineken. Ik zou de rest van het filmpje in het Nederlands kunnen doorgaan. Ach, dat is ongezellig voor de anderen. How and why did you start with YouTube? Well, this is a bit of a story. I made my YouTube account back in 2007, and apologies in advance, this is probably going to be all over the place. Anyways, at the time, I needed a place to upload videos to share with my guildies, and YouTube was the first website to pop up. I don't believe YouTube was the same as it is today with how popular it is and millions of subscribers and viewers and all that good stuff. I was just looking for a place to share my videos. Those videos were a couple of guild events, a couple of screenshot contests, a few small guides like Achievement to the Core or Dire Maul Tribute Run on my Draenei Hunter, stuff like that that's nothing really serious. By doing this, I did find out that I really love to edit videos and make those videos. I started with Sony Vegas Pro, which I still use to this day. And yeah, I just realized that I like teaching myself how to use these programs, and I've added Photoshop to this. I'm currently learning myself how to use WoW Model Viewer, maybe even teach myself how to make machinimas, all kinds of good stuff. To understand my YouTube history, you also need to know a little bit about my gaming history, and I've been playing World of Warcraft since Classic, with breaks in between. I took a break, my first break, with the release of the Burning Crusade. This was after a year of full-time playing World of Warcraft, and at the time I was playing on the Skull Crusher server in the guild called Vlad Dracul, and this guild was so big that at the time the guild counter, the counter that says how many guild members you have, didn't work anymore. We broke it, which was awesome. It was also one of the more hated guilds on the server, but that's a different story. Anyways, with the guild we had won a contest for beta keys, and with those beta keys you of course could see how the Burning Crusade was going to be. I checked it out, and first of all I didn't like the way Outland was looking. I was checking out Hellfire, the Red Land and the Burning Sky and all that crap. I didn't care for it. They also had some changes planned with the Hunter class. I believe this was the time that they introduced a steady shot, which I didn't like, and yeah, just a couple of changes that were not my favorite. And most of all was that I had to turn in my epics, my hard-earned epics that I spent so much time on collecting. I had to turn those in for green items. Are you kidding me? I didn't care about it all anymore, so I sold that account. And later I came back again for the Burning Crusade. I wanted to check out the Draenei race and the Shaman class. I took another break after I did all the things I wanted to do. I didn't raid anymore because we took down Nefarian in Classic, and after that I couldn't care about raiding. I didn't care about Ankirai, I didn't care about... what was it called? I didn't care about the Lich King raid, which name it doesn't come to me right now. I didn't care about raiding anymore, so all I had left in the end was doing my daily quests, and I wasn't the only one. There were plenty of people who just did that. So we had the Ogrila daily quest, we had the Netherwing daily quest, just a circle of doing your daily quest and then you would log off again, which was very boring to me, so I took another break. Until Wrath the Lich King. And at the time I was watching videos from WoWHops on YouTube, and he was doing videos called the WoWHops way of pulling. I believe it was called something like that. And what he was doing in those videos, he was boosting people through dungeons, and I figured to myself, wow, that looks like a whole lot of fun. If I roll a paladin and I get bored again with the normal aspect of the game, I can always solo stuff or run dungeons, something extra to do. So I made my paladin. fell in love with it, and on April 2009 I started to upload a couple of videos. Once again, guild events, solo guides like Strefholm and Zul'Gurub, Attunement to the Core guides. I figured that maybe these guides would help people who never did the classic content, who joined later on in the game, and well, I hope they did. At one point in the game, a friend of mine had a lot of trouble with doing a quest in Northrend, the one where you had to throw a spear at a dragon, hold on to it and eventually kill it. I figured to myself that it would be a lot easier to make a video to show how it's done than to just type it out. And I made that guide, and this re-inspired me to make more videos. So I continued on with soloing dungeons, and as I was doing that, I figured to myself, if I can do this, anyone can. They might need a few pointers, maybe a few tactics or the mistakes that I made that they can prevent from doing, but I'm not a pro player. Compared to what others can produce, like Mayoni Law for example, or those brilliant PvPers in the arenas, I'm just an average player at best. Funny enough, I once received a comment that went along the lines of, "You should start each video with, 'Hi, this is Nobbel and welcome to episode 301 as to why I'm better at WoW than you.'" This made me really laugh because, like I said, I've never seen myself as anything special, and I always went in with the attitude of trying to help people get to the point where they can do exactly what I can do. So I made these solo guides, and according to the comments, I've managed to reach that goal, which is pretty damn awesome if you ask me. Now I doubt that there's anyone out there who's been with me since the very start. If you are, please let me know, or let me know anyways when you joined as a subscriber. It would be hilarious to find out, but I doubt it because with those soloing videos I would always hit a roof. The point where I've soloed as much as my gear and class would allow, and if I hit that moment I would just stop uploading for a while. I've pretty much hit the same moment now in Mist of Pandaria. I think I have a couple of dungeons still worth doing, but overall I think I'm there. I could roll a different class of course, for example a Death Knight would open out a lot more doors, but that would also limit my guides to other classes, which I simply don't want to. I always figured that Paladin is kinda in the middle when it comes to soloing. Could just be me, but yeah, that was just my mindset with these solo guides. Anyways, from these solo guides I moved on to a little series I called How to STC, which means how to survive the Cataclysm, and these were videos near the end of the Cataclysm where I couldn't solo anymore and I was looking for fun things to do in the game. I did a video on twinking, I did a video on the Iron Man challenge, did a video on how to make a Warcraft video, you know, stuff like that. All the while I was waiting for the Mist of Pandaria beta to open up. With the Cataclysm beta I followed people like Jesse Cox and Total Biscuit. Those guys did one hell of a job with covering the beta, but I knew that they both stopped playing the game. At least they stopped covering any betas or stuff like that. It seemed like a lot of fun of what they had done, so I would have bought the subscription plan anyways, and I figured why not? Let's see how making other videos turns out. And it turned out to be great. This was also when I switched from purely subtitles to voiceover, which required me to learn how to pronounce words properly, which I'm still trying to work on to this day, but it was just a new aspect of video editing that I really liked. It was during that period that I really increased my upload speed. I went from maybe a video or two a month to daily videos to show people what the beta was like. Funny story, I made a guide for the Lore Walker reputation, which apparently was so good that someone decided to steal the video, place his own logo on it and upload it as his own video, which was both a dick move and a huge compliment. I believe that period of time was also when I made my first lore video. This was about Faramore Destroyed, and at that time this was all pure speculation. Tides of War wasn't released yet, hell the beta was still in its early stages, and it was a video from TradeChat that told me about Jaina her hair that was going to change, which of course was a huge clue. I decided to send TradeChat, also known as Panzer, a message, and I figured I would never get a response. But she was kind enough to actually take the time for this, and this allowed me to make my first, rather popular video for some reason. I think it was dumb luck though, with the thumbnail YouTube chose to use, and if I watch the video again, I just scratch my head to be honest, but hey, it's all in good fun. It did show me that a lot of people love the story behind WoW, and the funny thing is, I wasn't even interested in the lore until Wrath the Lich King with the Wrathgate cinematic. That cinematic inspired me to go and search for more of the story. I did read a novel before this. This novel was Day of the Dragon, and I picked this up in my break time between Classic and Burning Crusade, I believe. Not important, what was is that this cinematic showed me that there was a huge story behind Warcraft, and I decided to find that story. So I started to Google, I started to search on WoW Wiki, and a lot of things pointed me towards Warcraft 3, which is the foundation to this game. Well, actually Warcraft 1 is, but Warcraft 3 is more accessible. Which is another confession, I had never played any Warcraft games before World of Warcraft. I had not played Warcraft 1, not Warcraft 2, not even Warcraft 3. I tried it out and the story just blew my mind. I remember playing it and seeing bits and pieces of the game that I was already playing, World of Warcraft. I saw the resemblance in those two stories, and I went back to WoW and I was checking up location, and I was like, holy crap, is this actually what happened? If only I'd known this story back then, if only I'd known who Nefarian was when we actually killed him, or Onyxia, or Ragnaros. It adds such a new dimension to the game, and it was great. I googled some more, I googled the order of the novels, and I started reading Rise of the Horde, the story that tells how the war between the Alliance and the Horde started, and the more I read the novels, the more I loved the story, and that's how I began with the lore videos. Now Mist of Pandaria beta ended, and I returned to what I always did. Solo videos, guides, for example the Brawlers Guild, raid tactics for the guilties, and now also lore videos. I was looking for a new challenge, and I figured that doing a playthrough of a video game while live commentating would add something new. Being Dutch and all, talking English without a script is sometimes difficult for me, so I tried it and it was a lot of fun to do. This was my Antichamber Let's Play. After that I took my all-time favorite game, Zelda Ocarina of Time. I did the same, and once again it was funny as hell, man. To talk to yourself while playing a video game, I can highly recommend to anyone. It's an hilarious experience. The only problem with Zelda was that the voiceover messed up, so I had to go back later and do it all over again, but that's besides the point. It was still good fun. Which brings me to present day, where I have the upload schedule of Monday, WoW lore, Wednesday, Zelda playthrough, and Friday, Orcs Must Die, with the charming Miss Fury W. If you subscribe to me, you can expect those 3 videos each week. In between, I upload videos like solo guides or patch notes or don't be an asshole or have you played, but those I do without a schedule, so you can expect them. I just don't have a standard schedule for them. A very long story short, I didn't start YouTube with the ambition of becoming anything big. I started with YouTube because I found out that I love making videos. I love explaining things, I love telling stories, I love helping out. I hope that with the solo guides I could perhaps motivate others to try it as well, as WoW Hubs did for me. And I've received messages, thankfully enough, that confirm this. I hope with my lore videos that I could get people enthusiastic about the story, and once again I've read comments that confirm this. I hope that my videos would help you guys interact with each other and help each other out, and as the subscribers grew, as the comments grew throughout YouTube, this actually happened, which is mind-blowing, man. I now also have Facebook, I also have Twitter, I have personal messages, I have comments, I have responses on my channel, I have forums that I follow. It's freaking amazing. I can't tell you how happy that makes me and how much fun it is. People like Jesse Cox and Trade Chat or Silver Latomi or Wow Hubs or The Smoking Gamer or anyone on YouTube I've ever watched and inspired me or took the time to respond to a comments and messages. They inspired me to do the same. I love reading your comments and messages, and I might not always respond, but I do my best to read it all. With all of that said, I did make videos before I had any subscribers, and I'll keep making videos for as long as I enjoy doing it. As I always say, subscribe to me if you like my videos. They can be my solo guides, they can be my lore videos, my let's plays, or whatever. Like the videos, stick around. That's the seagull. That's also a good part of living in the Netherlands. We actually have seagulls that can interrupt your voiceover. What was I saying? Oh yeah, if you like my videos, stick around. And if you don't. You know, no hard feelings. Everybody has their own taste, and I can completely understand if you don't like my videos. With an eye on the future, my plans for the channel for now is to follow the upload schedule as I just told you, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. BlizzCon is coming, and although I don't have the money to go there myself, I am hoping to buy a virtual ticket and maybe do like a daily summary of what I've seen. I'm hoping... Shut up, Seagull, come on. I'm doing a voiceover here, man. See the difficulties of working with a voiceover, it's awful. Anyways, I'm hoping that they will offer another guaranteed beta access for the next expansion, and if they'll do, I'll try to cover that as well. Anything besides that, any videos I've planned in my mind, I'm not gonna spoil it, time will tell. Which brings me to the final question that I want to answer for now, which is a comment that I've received in 2 different versions. Version 1, dude, we want more World of Warcraft lore vid. Sorry for caps. Stop the Zelda and all the other bullshit. Do some things like reading time with Nobel. That will be awesome, and thank you for all the good vids. Stop the bullshit. In the second version, Nobel, dude. Not that I don't like your other video, but please do lore twice or more times a week. You are the most interesting dude to listen to when it comes to WoW lore. They both have the same message, but the first one tells me that all my other videos, which I put as much effort and love and blood and tears into, are complete bullshit. I can understand that if you subscribe to my channel for my lore videos, that my other videos are not interesting to you, which is perfectly fine. The comments like that don't help me. It will just get you a bitchy reply, while the other will get you a place in this Q&A, because that is respect to someone. That is respect for the effort I put in all my videos, and he's just telling me that he likes my lore video more. Which I can respect and I'll respond to. So, Heva Lolish, thank you for having the respect to bring it like that, and let me show you my respect by answering your question in this video. Now, could I do lore more than once a week? I could, I definitely could, but I'm not going to. The main reason is that I make these videos for fun. I do it as a hobby, and by doing a video once a week, it stays fun for me. Doing more videos would make it feel like I'm producing videos like a factory, which just sucks the fun out of it for me and would eventually lead to a lower quality in the videos. The alternative is that I could cut up a 10 or 30 minute lore video in smaller sections and upload it in videos of 2 minutes. That would give you guys a lore video for every day. I know others who do that, but I want to keep the videos detailed on the subject. If someone asks me, Nobbel, do you have a video on Raffion? I want to link him to maybe 1 or 2 videos and not 20 different ones. Besides that aspect, it's also the time that it costs me to make one lore video. I still have a real life, I have work, I have friends, I have training, I have other stuff to do, and compared to a let's play or a solo guide, the time spent on a lore video is simply a lot more. I need to read up, I need to do research, I need to fact check, I need to do a script that I need to write, I need to do a voiceover, I need to find video material like pictures, which sometimes means that I need to create something out of nothing. I love doing it, I don't mind doing it, but it takes a whole lot more time. I also consider those that subscribe to me for my guides and my let's plays. If I drop everything else and focus fully on lore, that would be unfair to them. But the main reason is really selfish, and that's that I want to keep the fun in for myself. Too much of a good thing is never good. Hey Valolish, thank you for the respect, and I hope I've shown you enough respect with replying to it, and I hope you found your answer in this video. With all of that said, what I have been working on is me reading you the stories out of the novels, and I'm currently working on Rise of the Horde, which is one of my favorites. While doing that, I realized that I could read the story for myself just fine, but when I try to read it out loud, it becomes a bit more difficult. There are some words that are just unfamiliar for me and I have trouble with pronouncing them, but I am working on it. It just takes a little bit more time than I expected. Besides that, I also need to find the pictures, of course. I need to make it look attractive. It takes a little bit of time, and I'm hoping to release the first episode next week, hopefully. Which brings us to the end of this Q&A. I think I've talked for long enough. If you take anything with you from this entire rambling video, let it be this. Thank you for all your support. It means more than I could ever tell you. Until next time, guys. See ya.